What do a 7-foot giant, a relentless black mamba, and a baby-faced sharpshooter have in common? They're all part of an elite group that reshaped the NBA landscape. In a league where adaptation is survival, these players didn't just adapt, they forced everyone else to adapt to them. From Shaq's earth-shaking dunks to Curry's gravity-defying threes, we're about to explore how a handful of extraordinary athletes turned basketball on its head. Let's begin our list with a player whose very name evokes a sense of terror, Shaquille O'Neal. Known simply as Shaq, O'Neal was a force of nature on the court. Standing at 7'1" and weighing over 300 pounds, Shaq's physical presence was unlike anything the NBA had ever seen before. But Shaq wasn't just big, he was incredibly agile for his size. His combination of power and finesse made him nearly unstoppable in the paint. His powerful dunks often broke backboards, leading the NBA to strengthen their basketball hoops and bases. Teams would often resort to the hack-a-Shaq strategy, intentionally fouling him to send him to the free throw line, where he notoriously struggled. Off the court, Shaq's larger-than-life personality made him a media sensation. From his countless nicknames to his forays into music and film, Shaq transcended basketball to become a cultural icon. His dominating play earned him 3 consecutive NBA Finals MVP awards, cementing his status as one of the most dominant players in NBA history. Shaq's impact on the game went beyond his on-court achievements. He sparked a league-wide hunt for the next dominant big man, influencing team strategies and draft priorities for years to come. Even as the NBA has evolved towards a more perimeter-oriented game, Shaq's legacy as an unstoppable interior force remains unmatched. From one Lakers legend to another, we turn our attention to Kobe Bryant. Known as the Black Mamba for his deadly accuracy and competitive drive, Kobe's impact on basketball is immeasurable. Entering the NBA straight out of high school, Kobe quickly established himself as one of the league's premier players. His work ethic became legendary, with stories of 4 a.m. workouts and relentless practice sessions inspiring a generation of players. On the court, Kobe was known for his clutch performances and ability to score from anywhere. His fadeaway jumper became one of the most iconic shots in NBA history.
I like it. World peace for everyone. Here he comes, Bryant, the defend. Oh my God.
But it wasn't just his scoring that set him apart. Kobe was also an elite defender, earning 12 all-defensive team selections throughout his career. Perhaps Kobe's greatest contribution to the game was his Mamba mentality. This mindset of continuous improvement and unwavering focus in the face of challenges has inspired countless athletes across all sports. Kobe's influence extended far beyond the basketball court, making him a global icon and ambassador for the sport. Even after his tragic passing in 2020, Kobe's influence continues to shape basketball. Young players emulate his moves, adopt his mentality, and strive to honor his legacy. The Kobe and Gigi Bryant WNBA Advocacy Award, established in 2021, ensures that his impact will continue to be felt in women's basketball as well. Next, we look at a player who changed the game not just with his play, but with his entire persona. Allen Iverson, also known as The Answer. Standing at just 6 feet tall, Iverson was often the smallest player on the court. But what he lacked in size, he more than made up for in speed, agility, and sheer determination. Iverson's crossover became one of the most iconic moves in basketball history, famously leaving even Michael Jordan stumbling. Iverson's impact on the game went far beyond his on-court skills.
5 minutes for the first, only 6 points on the board for the East. Iverson down the lane, scooped it in.
He brought hip-hop culture into the NBA, with his cornrows, tattoos, and baggy clothes becoming a style statement that resonated with a new generation of fans. This cultural shift was so significant that the NBA implemented a dress code in 2005, largely in response to Iverson's influence. Despite facing criticism for his unconventional style both on and off the court, Iverson never changed who he was. Iverson's famous practice rant became one of the most quoted moments in sports history, showcasing his raw, unfiltered personality. He was unapologetically himself, resonating with fans who appreciated his authenticity. Iverson's legacy is one of authenticity and perseverance. He showed that size didn't matter if you had heart, and that being true to yourself was more important than conforming to expectations. As we move into the modern era of basketball, we encounter a player who has fundamentally changed how the game is played. Steph Curry. Before Curry, the three-point shot was seen as a useful tool, but not the centerpiece of an offense. Curry changed all that. His ability to shoot accurately from seemingly anywhere on the court has transformed basketball strategy at all levels of the game. What makes Curry's impact so revolutionary is not just his accuracy, but the volume and difficulty of his shots. He routinely makes shots that would be considered ill-advised for any other player.
Curry, he checked it. Steph for the win. Yes, sir!
His quick release and ability to create space have made him nearly impossible to defend effectively. Curry's influence extends far beyond his own performances. He's inspired a whole generation of players to emphasize long-range shooting. From youth leagues to the NBA, we're seeing more and more players attempting and making shots from well beyond the three-point line. But Curry's impact isn't limited to shooting. His ball handling skills and court vision make him a threat in multiple facets of the game. He's proof that a player doesn't need to be physically imposing to dominate in the NBA. Perhaps most importantly, Curry has made basketball more exciting and accessible. His style of play is something that young players can emulate, regardless of their size or athletic ability. In doing so, he's opened new possibilities for what a basketball star can look like. No discussion of game-changing basketball players would be complete without Michael Jordan. Often considered the greatest player of all time, Jordan's impact on basketball and global popular culture is unparalleled. Jordan's on-court achievements are staggering. 6 NBA championships, 5 MVP awards, 10 scoring titles, the list goes on. But it was how he achieved these feats that truly set him apart. Jordan's competitive drive was legendary, pushing both himself and his teammates to new heights. His playing style was revolutionary. Jordan's ability to hang in the air, earning him the nickname "His Airness," changed how people thought about what was possible on a basketball court. His fadeaway jumper became one of the most unstoppable moves in NBA history.
Between the shot clock and the game clock, Jordan, yes!
But Jordan's influence extended far beyond his playing career. He became a global icon, his silhouette on the Jumpman logo instantly recognizable around the world. The Air Jordan line of sneakers and apparel created a new intersection between sports, fashion, and culture. Jordan also paved the way for athletes to become powerful brands on their own right. His savvy business moves, including his ownership of the Charlotte Hornets, have inspired a new generation of players to think beyond their playing careers. Even decades after his retirement, Jordan's impact on the game is still felt. He set a new standard for greatness that continues to inspire players at all levels of the sport. Our final spotlight shines on a player who brought a new level of excitement and creativity to the game, Earvin "Magic" Johnson. Standing at 6'9", Magic revolutionized the point guard position. His size, combined with his exceptional court vision and passing skills, allowed him to make plays that were previously unimaginable. He could dominate a game without scoring, using his playmaking abilities to elevate his teammates. Magic was the engine of the Showtime Lakers, a team that combined fast-paced offense with flair and excitement.
5 seconds to go. Magic with a hook shot, scores with 2.
Their style of play wasn't just effective, it was entertaining, helping to usher in a new era of popularity for the NBA. Off the court, Magic's charismatic personality and million-dollar smile made him the face of the league. His rivalry, and later friendship, with Larry Bird captured the imagination of fans and helped propel the NBA to new heights of popularity. But perhaps Magic's greatest impact came after his playing career. His announcement in 1991 that he was HIV positive shocked the world and brought unprecedented attention to the AIDS crisis. Magic's openness about his diagnosis and his subsequent advocacy work have saved countless lives and changed societal perceptions about HIV and AIDS. Before we conclude, we need to give a special mention to James Harden and his revolutionary step-back move. While not as transformative as our main 6 players, Harden's impact on modern offensive play cannot be ignored. Harden's step-back three-pointer has become one of the most unstoppable moves in today's NBA. By creating space with a quick step-back, Harden is able to get off his shot even against tight defense. This move has not only made Harden one of the league's most prolific scorers, but it's also changed how defenses approach guarding on the perimeter. The numbers behind Harden's step-back are staggering.
Middleton now defending on Harden, and he hits from deep.
In the 2019 to 2020 NBA season, Harden attempted this shot on approximately 61% of his three-point attempts. Even more impressively, he maintained a 37.3% accuracy rate on these attempts. While Harden has become synonymous with the step back, other players have adopted and adapted the move. Stars like Luka Doncic and Damian Lillard have incorporated their own versions of the step back, further cementing its place in the modern game. But hey, that's just my take. Who will be the next to revolutionize the sport? What innovations and playing styles will shape the future of basketball? We want to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're always breaking down the biggest stories and trends in the NBA, and you won't want to miss our future videos. And hey, while you're at it, smash that bell icon too. That way you'll be notified as soon as we drop new content. Trust me, with how quickly things change in the NBA, you'll want to stay up to date.